Good afternoon, friends and family and YouTube subscribers. Well, I've had a very long conversation with a doctor, and well, actually he owns the hospital, and he's very concerned in regards to one, PPE and testing. The money that's being charged for testing is unbelievable, because for one test here in the Philippines it costs 1,700 pesos, which is the equivalent, let me have a look at the board, the equivalent of $30. All right, $30. And when they get a test, it takes them 7 to 10 days to get the results. All right, that's 7 to 10 days, $30 a test. This is a poor country. Now just imagine now the other countries that are poor, like India, South America, all these, they can't afford to buy testing. That's why the tests have got to be free. All right, now talking to the doctor, well, it actually takes 3 years to train a doctor, just to be like a registrar to start off, but then to be a specialist there's another 5 years on top. So you're talking about 8 years. 8 years for somebody to work in ICU, possibly in the Philippines. It might be longer somewhere else, but that's how long it takes here. Nurses, they take 6 months to a year, and then they get more training and more training, and they go further and further up the scale. So basically, these frontline forces are not getting the PPE. Now the PPE they need to survive, to actually carry on their work. Because if we start losing the frontline forces, who's going to take over? Who's going to actually do it? A plumber? A joiner? Huh? Somebody in the office who's doing photocopying? Or somebody in the mailroom? Because we're going to lose our doctors, and they're the ones that are treating us for other illnesses. So we've actually really got to get these tests absolutely free, okay, because it's going to hit the poorer countries. Now the figure is, okay, on the island I'm on at the moment, there is approximately 63,239, approximately, that's an exact number. Now you multiply that by 30, all right, we're talking about over 18, oh, so almost $19 million. This island doesn't have $19 million, and it's got quite a bit of money, but it doesn't have $19 million. Can you imagine now the other places that doesn't have $19 million, $100 million? So the tests have got to be free, and the world has got to get on board in regards to making these tests free. I was going to do just one video in regards to one subject, but I'm going to have to bring 2 subjects in now. All right, because also what he's worried about is, 1, of course, the PPE, 2 is the testing, 3, it's the economies that, you know, what's going to happen is in poorer countries, in longer lockdowns, hopefully not here, you're going to start getting possibly civil unrest because they don't have food. And when you get civil unrest, that's when you get big problems. And big problems with this virus isn't a good thing. All right? Because they don't have trillions of dollars to throw at this and trillions of dollars to throw at that. All right? Now, the reason for this video is, okay, the pharmaceutical companies must give these things free at cost. You know, at cost. Because the more people that die, the less clients you get, and the less clients you're going to have for the future. But that's not the big problem. The big problem is this virus jumping species, because it's already jumped 4 that we know of: bats, snakes, which I believe was actually man-made. Okay, so it didn't really jump, it was actually manufactured from these 2 sections, but let's imagine it jumped. Okay, humans, that's 3, and a lion or a tiger, a big cat, Boston, got it, that's 4 species. Now let's just imagine now that it jumps another species. All right, someone's laying dead, someone's on the floor, no one cares, no one gives a monkeys about them because they're all worried about themselves. And then a nice big crow or something comes down, has a little old peck, yes, he gets the virus. Then it goes into birds. When it goes into birds, I'm sorry to say, and excuse my French, it's fucking game over. It's game over. Because they're going to be flying from here to there, from continent to continent, and it doesn't really matter. All because of the greed and the non-understanding of what's going on with this virus. Yes, you're thinking linear. You've got to think out the box. You've got to think 4D. Not just 3D, 4D. Okay? And if you don't fight this virus now, okay, this is the small little window of opportunity that we can actually kill this virus stone dead, and just hope, I'm not a bit religious black guy, but hope and pray it doesn't jump species. That's what we've got to look at, is it jumping species? And we have to put everybody in the world has got to fight this, because if you let the smaller countries, the poorer countries, right, struggle and fight, all right, they're not going to make it. And you're going to get people on the streets. You're going to get the crows eating the dead, yeah, or the vultures, or whoever it is. And then I'm sorry, this is not a computer game. It's not game over, restart. It's game over. All right. So, I'm just flabbergasted that not many people can see it. So you have to fight the virus. It's jumped 4 species already. I'm not giving you rubbish. It's all facts. It's all on the internet. Jumps 4. What happens if it jumps 5? What happens if it goes into insects? Because it's a little virus. What happens if it goes there? What happens if it goes somewhere else? We have to kill this virus stone dead. And we need to help the poorer countries and the other countries. Everybody in the world has got to put their brain on and go, wow, this is crap. This is big news. We need to do something. Well, I've been trying and no one's been listening. So I'll just see what's going to happen, and then I will start putting down videos for my family personal. I'll hit the privacy button and getting them to understand how to prepare for this maybe extinction event. Oh, you're useless. Speak to you later, kids. Love you. The world's gone to pot, all because some idiot decided to start mixing and start putting viruses together, think they're clever. They're small. Anyway, love you all. News media, you just can't be bothered. You're too worried about your own thing. This is what's going to happen. And I'll tell you now, it's going to be ugly. So we have to fight the virus now while we still have that chance, while we still got that window of opportunity. Or are you going to just sit back and say, that crazy old granddad's off his head? Because I ain't. Love you all. Mwah.